Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. The short hands, it's Patterson. Stumbled to the ground. That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped it.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, getting him on the ground.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Fighting off the defender. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds space on the right, and they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. What a nice job just finding a spot downfield and lofting it in there perfectly.
And you see quarterbacks and receivers do that all the time, right? All summer, throwing the ball in air, throwing the ball in air. Why? Because I know exactly where he's going to be right when I get my back foot in the ground to throw the football. You could tell he knew exactly how much touch to put on that ball to make a big play down the field.
They'll give it to Baxter. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Second down, he'll throw it. Bringing the heat, and they got him.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
When a defense gets a sack, you know what they want? Another sack. Third down coming. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up fourth down.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Handoff, Baxter running left. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Red pass, it's complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll run it with Baxter. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Kentucky! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Got the quick completion. Runs through a man. He might have some space. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt. You throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Taylor wants to throw it. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Yeah, and you can tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. Those are one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but key word being after the catch.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Plays that one perfectly. Exceptional accuracy on the punt. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the middle. Pulls it in. It's Miller. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
Fires left. He's got it. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Bought a little time, lets it go.
That's so frustrating for a quarterback. He sees an open guy, he's ready to rip the football, and then all of a sudden, one of those defensive ends gets their big mitt in the air and knocks it down.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Running inside, it's Baxter. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
It'll be 3rd and long. Baxter again. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Kentucky trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes a grab past the marker. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Tosses it incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Baxter. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the 1st. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the right. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of 1st downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Taylor wants to throw. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Kentucky! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
So much pressure on this defense just to get a stop on this drive. They were trailing, but after that turn of events and the interception, they've now got the lead. And remember, they're going to have to come right back on the field. They've got to be able to refocus themselves. But what a play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. What a huge play, what a huge mistake that was with that last interception, and now this offense has a chance late. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on second down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Taylor wants to throw it. Rushes on him. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short.
Really nice job by the defense that time. 3rd down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, going to the air. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Great place to start for this offense. He'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw on first down. Makes a catch. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Listen, QBs and wide receivers got to be on the same page. And you got to know when to throw that curl route. It's got to be on time, right when the wide receiver breaks so the DB can't catch up. Nice job, QB and wide receiver, being on the same page, getting some positive yardage.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Hauls it in. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, a short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They relentlessly moved forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Baxter. Did not get an inch. This defense digging in, and it's 4th and goal.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried.
And guys, they are going to line up for the field goal here. I thought they might go for it in this situation. And it's good! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent now. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. The defense able to hold them to a field goal on that last drive, and now this offense will try to answer, and they need a touchdown. Finds his man. It's Evans. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Mississippi State going up-tempo. Taylor wants to throw. Oh, they're after him. He's got him in the flat. Hard-hitting tackle. And, guys, that completion might have helped the old confidence, but it didn't help the down and distance. 2nd and 10 here. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize off getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
They just keep firing. Shoots it to the left. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got some room to run. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
In this kind of game where it's only one possession, one play could make the difference. And that time the quarterback got a little too greedy. The defender jumps in front, picks it off, pads the lead for his team. We still got a lot of football to go here, but that was a massive play for the defense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick-6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick-6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another.
Going to take a shot. Upstairs to make the catch. And he's finally stopped. A huge pickup on the play. And what a way to carry things into the 2-minute timeout. Now let's see if they can follow up that huge play. 1st and 10 from the 23. Taylor wants to throw it. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. A strike downfield. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The snap sets up to throw. Under fire. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Taylor wants to throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
In that 2nd down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left him with more ground to cover. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears.
Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to the air. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown, so hold on just a minute. We might have a finish here.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
He's looking to throw. And they almost came up with that pick in the end zone. What a stop that would have been. 30 seconds left on the clock, and their last gasp will come down to getting this onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.